I don't think you ever heard this story. You're
It
going to love
did
this.
happen. No.
Uncle Carl's visiting. We're at Josephine's house. We're playing Peanut. Now, he and I were always partners against my dad and your dad. So we're playing cards, and there's a renege over here. My dad's sitting over there, so you know who's sitting over here. So I'm not going to say nothing. You know, I'm not that stupid.
Who reneged? My dad?
Yeah, I'm not saying a word. I look at Uncle Carl. I say, I give him the high sign. Uncle Carl says, let me see the last trick. Uncle Jimmy says, what you talking about?
That's an insult.
What are you
Oh my
talking
goodness, that's like you're doing.
He says, let me see the last trick. So your dad turns over, last trick. Uncle Carl says, you renege. Your dad says, who put that in my pot? Who put the card in there? Well, I'll tell you what, we never played another hand. That was it. They had a battle.
Well, you know what happened in your
That was
house for New
hilarious.
Year's Eve? Your mom and I, when they had nobody to play with them, Pina and I would play against Uncle Joe and Jim. Well, we were
When they had
playing,
nobody.
and we were winning, but still they had a chance. Well, all of a sudden they reneged, and I caught it. Do you know he threw the cards in? He wouldn't play anymore.
Game is over.
He wouldn't even stay till midnight. I didn't even eat. And he says, we're going home. I says, no, we're not. I didn't even eat yet. He's by the door. Good thing I was driving. I did take him
It
home.
was hilarious.
Oh, he was
You know what? He threw me out at the house one day.
Oh, yeah, he threw her out.
It was
Told me
hilarious.
never come back. We play over cards.
Yeah.
Don't ever come back. Never want to see you. Like I get home and the telephone's ringing. What are you doing? I said, you told me to go home. Well, come back. He said, we're having dinner. So I got in the car and came back.
He actually says, I hate you.
He
Go
did.
home.
He threw me out.
He threw her out.
Well, you can be pretty annoying.
If you caught him, that was bad.
Jim would never
But the
talk
point is,
that to him.
he never made mistakes when he was
But
younger.
her,
It was
she
only when he
would
got
toe
older he
to
started
toe
making
with him.
mistakes.
And then after she did, he says,
But he'd give it hell to you
She says,
if you reneged.
Absolutely.
there you go.
But it was hilarious, I'll tell you.
So if I reneged,
He
And the
threw
game
your
gets
daughter
out.
out of the house.
They threw in the cards. That's
yeah.
Then he can't understand why I left. You know? I never said
oh, those
that.
card games.
See,
boy,
Razo, unfortunately, those days are gone.
money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking every time we have a get-together, they used to
Yeah,
have a
I
back
know.
card. It's
Yeah.
history. It's
Yeah.
never going to happen
We used
again.
to play once a week.
When Uncle
No.
Sam, Uncle Ange come over, we used to play 6-hand cutthroat, 5-hand cutthroat.
Yeah.
But Cutthroat was right. They'd slam the cards down and call each other names. and
spades. Well, you could
But
get
his-
set real
It was
quick.
bloody.
Uncle Jim and his dad were unbeatable.
Yeah.
Pinochle. I mean, they were the charm.
They were-
They
for
played
too
like
long.
a symphony. When Jim threw one card, already your dad knew what he had to
Yeah.
do.
They had signals,
And they were
scratch in
like
the air,
they didn't
that's what
have
they did.
signals. They didn't need to.
Yeah.
But they were unbeatable
They played with each other so long, they knew everybody's
until the
move.
very end. And then your father would say,
Slip
what's the
it.
matter with you, George?
But it was, those days are gone.
Yeah.
We used to have games.
Come on, eat some more. Finish your
God
tuna.
forbid your dad had
Right.
been the one to renege and lose the hand. That
Oh, he
would
let your
My
dad.
dad got reneged. Oh,
yeah.
There goes the partnership.
That would have been the partnership.
You would never
Yeah,
forget
forget
him.
about it.
No. But when your mom and I would beat him, that was the lowest
Oh, if you guys
form.
reneged, they couldn't be the happier people on earth if you guys reneged.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you see these two old men beating up on these two ladies, and they come
We
with
would
these
have
like
dinner-
smiles on their face.
We'd have dinner every Sunday. One
Come on.
either by here or over here. They couldn't wait for us to clean the dishes.
Yeah, so they could
we
chop
could
your head.
play. And I think we would play maybe once in 10 or 15 games we would win one. Really, because we were sure of luck.
And you'd be depressed.
But if we would win a little bit more, forget it. I mean, that was so degrading that we were at the bottom of the list for all the...
Last resort.
But when they had nobody to play with, then they would let us
But
play.
see, we got such wonderful history from it. It's gone.
The same thing.